this out like we're going first. We're gonna say that we have to have these. Just pick any three of these. Doesn't matter. You're still gonna get the same concept. You get to the same place. You got Multi-Faker, Marionetter, and Kinkiri. This one, if there's an Altergeist on the board being battled, you can summon this, negate the effect, and negate the attack. That's all this does. This has two things. It's your starter guy. He sets you a trap from deck, an Altergeist trap, like Manifestation, which is a Call of the Haunted, or Protocol, which is a tribute. You tribute an Altergeist to Solemn Strike, basically. And if he goes to grave, oh, he has three effects. If it goes to, no, not if he goes to grave, that's How.Altergeist. His other effect is to tribute himself to summon an Altergeist back from grave. So you can, like, tribute this to summon Meliseek and then redo your whole play or whatever. So this is your starter guy. This and Meliseek are your two starters that you really want to normal summon. This one you really want to normal summon. You know what that one does. You should. Basically, if you activate a trap, you get a chain summon. And then it summons an Altergeist from deck. That's pretty much it. So
does it play extra deck?
You can, yeah.
Or is it just
you can play Extravagance too. So you don't really care. The only ones that you really care about would be Hextia, which is their own card, which is a spell and trap negate, but you have to have it as a link to, and then it has to point to something else, and it gains the points of everything that it points to. So I think it has like 1,600 or something like that, 1,800 maybe, 24, and then say the points to that, it's 1,600 more. This is the biggest guy you have in the deck. So this one is the one I was telling you. You tribute one of these to Solemn Strike, activate an effect. This is personal spoofing. It's not searchable. This would be hit if it was searchable. Basically, you get to shuffle. You get to shuffle an Altergeist during either player's turn. Shuffle into the deck and then search the one that you want. So it's very consistent. Okay, so let's say you open personal spoofing. So we'll say that you just pick one of those. Doesn't really matter which one. That one? Okay. So Quetus, this is the bouncer. It goes to grave, it adds back an Altergeist trap. So this is just a simple play you can do. Marionetter, then you can set either Manifestation or Protocol. So you can set up a negate there. So then you can pass turn, and then you can activate that. You can activate this at any time. Like, it's one of those continuous things, so you don't. Same with spoofing and whatnot. You don't have to use the effect of it. This card only gets the effect on when you actually flip it over, though. Like, it's not every turn that I say I activate the effect of this card. You can't just keep spamming this. It's not that busted, but either way. So basically here you can go do that. Say they I don't know, say you go Protocols, and then you get to summon this from hand, and then you get to pick one from deck to summon. Really, you want to summon Soquetus, but you can summon like that. So now you have 3 monsters on your opponent's turn. Then they go to attack you. Drop this. Your monsters cut to 0. You have 4 monsters on the board. And then, like, if this dies, if this goes to the grave by any means necessary, you get to add any Altergeist monster from deck. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's just very, like, when do you do this, when do you not? Okay, so let's pick out, like, is there 3, 7? Let's go with 3 cards and see. If we open Meliseek, Meliseek will get you to anything, really. Just pick any 3 of these out. Stay in the middle. You open Meliseek. Only way this would be better is if this would have been a Multi-Faker, really. And if you brick, quote-unquote brick, which I don't believe that you're really bricking doing this, but you can just normal summon this. And then like set a trap and then some multi-fake and then summon another one or whatever. So Meliaseek, oh yeah, also say you're not going first, Meliaseek can attack directly, and when it does damage it sends a monster to grave. Any monster that it targets.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get their, like, I don't know, something that would activate in grave that's targetable wouldn't get the effect. Because it sends, not destroys. That's what Big Dinosaur does too. So, like a card that says cannot be destroyed by battle,
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, it would get around that. So basically you can just link this off for like Link Karibo or Mirage, and then you have that on the board. Then you can add your multi-faker. It's very simple actually. Set, then you're going to have the multi-faker, and then you can summon the Soquetus. Then you have a bounce, you have your trap, and then you have your, say, Link Karibo. So you have monster, attack interruption, a bounce, a trap, bring back, and also you can bounce your traps. So you can bounce this back to hand, reset it, and then just keep doing your multi-faker. You can bounce the multi-faker, and then put it back in your hand, activate your trap, summon it again, and get another summon from deck off of this too. It just keeps going. That's pretty much it. It's fairly simple. Okay, so we're 7 here. So I want to see. I'm gonna flip something over. I'm gonna see if you know what it does. It's not searchable.
Oops.
I told you what it did.
So basically shuffle an Altergeist and add an Altergeist from the deck to hand.
Right, so I'm pretty sure you can do this. It's been a long time since I played this, but say like you open, say like Soquetus, and you want multi-faker, for example. So you shuffle this back into the deck, hope not to get ashed, and then when you add this back, I do believe on the resolution of this, you can summon and then just summon like Soquetus here.
Mm-hmm.
Just basic like that. Okay. What's this one do?
I don't know.
I told you what the traps do. There's only 3 of the traps. I told you what they all did. Name any effect that I just told you. Anything that any of these cards do.
One of the Altergeist returns that to the hand and...
That's Soquetus.
Yeah.
Yep, you can add back this. This is the Solemn Strike one. You tribute and you can Solemn Strike them.
I know you just said them, but man,
It's your starter.
Yeah.
Sets a trap, an Altergeist trap. And
From deck to field?
from deck to field, yes. On normal summon. And then you can tribute this card while you have another Altergeist monster. And it says you can target one Altergeist card you control. Oh, just any card you control. One Altergeist card you control and one monster in your grave. You send one and then add one. So it's even stronger than I thought it was. We did. What's that one do? You don't summon him. Not really. You activate him from hand during the battle phase.
And then special.
Okay. What else? What other 2 things does he do when he's special?
You can... I don't think you can pop, can you?
No, it's negate the attack. and negate one face-up card your opponent controls effects while it and this monster are face-up on the field. So you can just keep bouncing this back with Soquetus if you want. You can kind of stall, you can do pretty much whatever you want. 3 things.
Is that the one that bounces back to trap?
That's Soquetus.
Oh.
It's Meliseek. Bounces in. Soquetus bounces any card, any Altergeist card. This one can attack directly. If it goes to grave, adds any Altergeist monster. I do believe it's monster only. Monster, and then so it can attack directly. If it goes to the grave by any means necessary, synchro link, attack, card effect, gives you an Altergeist monster to hand. And what else? Yeah, so once this hits the board, it's like a negation nightmare because it's going to attack you and then it sends the monster. That was the other effect. So once this hits board and it automatically gets to attack, and then you have a monster, you have to negate it unless you want your infinity killed or whatever. So then you go effective infinity negate. It still gets the effect when it's negated and goes to grave to get you the multi-fake, or the multi-faker or whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of nasty. Don't get this one. This is Soquetus. This one you picked up on what it did.
The trap bouncer.
It bounces any Altergeist monster or any Altergeist card.
Okay.
But yeah, you can bounce the traps, and then when it goes to grave, you can add back your Altergeist traps to hand. One on an Altergeist trap. So if it's synchroed, anything, I do believe, or it's tributed for protocol. Target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand, and then you return another. It has to be another Altergeist card. As long as, like, if you have 2 Soquetus, you could do it. Target an Altergeist trap in the grave, add that card to your hand. Last one. He comes out a certain way, and he does something when he's summoned.
I don't know.
When you activate a trap, you can summon him, and then he summons one from deck.
What, Altergeist from deck?
An Altergeist from deck, yes. So you're going to activate a trap, you're going to summon him, and you're going to summon the Soquetus. So then you can go Soquetus, bounce, bounce. So say, like alternative.
Yeah.
They put all into alternative, and you go effect, bounce, bounce. Or say, like, if they're dumb and they don't know what this deck does, whatever, and they go effect, pop multi-faker. And you go effect to Soquetus, quick effect, bounce, bounce. Loses target, and then if you have a trap down, you can activate the trap either during the next turn or that same turn, and then you just redo the play and redo the play. And you get enough stuff, and then you just start linking away and whatnot. That's pretty much it. And then you just play a bunch of, like, trap cards, and you can play, like, generic links, and yeah, I mean, it's fairly simple.
Ooh. Oh, never mind.
That's Eldritch. Okay, I'm going to show you 2 cards, and I want to see if how much synergy they have. These 2 cards. How much synergy do they have? How well do they work together?
I really don't see how they can work together.
Okay, why? You're not wrong, but I want to see why, because I know you guessed.
Because,
They only work in the sense that you can, just like with every Altergeist, that this can tribute this when your opponent activates a monster and tribute it. So technically, yes, that's correct. Okay, how do these work together? Besides the tributing, we established
yeah, pop it, or not pop it, but return it to hand, set it, return it.
Correct, yeah. Okay, there you go. Melee Seek. It's good to have them in hand, because why? These are good to have in hand. You know, these two cards. As long as you get those two cards in hand, you're kind of set.
Kind of forget what he does again.
He can attack directly, and when he does, and does damage or whatever, you gotta send a monster to grave your opponent on your opponent's board. His main effect is he goes to grave, so you can link him off for Link Karibo and get to Multi-Faker generally, or Konkiri if you want. Konkiri is the horse guy that negates. Okay, so, and then also Protocol, you contribute this and get his effect off. How do those work together? Marionetter. Just remember the starter guy. Don't look at you son of a biscuit, liquor, taffy, muffin. What's Marionetter do? He does two things.
Does he return a monster on your opponent's field, or?
That's Soquetus. I'm glad you know what Soquetus does. Don't ever forget it. That's literally the only play that matters, really.
Why can't I not get these two cards? Like,
you know what this does?
yeah, it's a Solemn Strike. No.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
You have to tribute to get the effect. It's like a Solemn Strike, yes. What's he do on normal summon?
Special summon Altergeist?
No.
From deck to pan? Or field, I should say.
That would be Multi-Faker. This one is the one that you have to normal summon. Remember, he does a thing where you can tribute another... You can send an Altergeist card to grave and summon one back from grave. But what does he do on his summon? How do you get these traps? You only
He
need...
adds it from deck to hand.
He sets it, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're getting there. Please get this right.
Did I just say it?
Yes.
Returns monster to hand.
Nah, it doesn't return.
No.
This... Okay, I'm gonna beat this into your head, sir. This is Soquetus, the guy with the How.Lucha arms or whatever. Demon thing. Okay, so...
Demon symbolism or something.
Yeah, so...
A nice symbolism.
So... Deeper topic, another time. So... This is the one that if a trap's activated, summon, and then you get another summon.
Yeah.
Unless they ash you. You're pissed. Okay.
Was that the card that you wanted?
It is.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to be good. Out of any two cards in the deck by themselves, what one card by themselves is your starter? The one card by itself. I'm going to make it a little easier.
Yes. This way.
Tell me what they do. Without looking.
That's kind of hard to do.
We just went over what this one does. What's it do? When he's special summon, you get the summon from deck. So by itself, does it do anything?
No.
Without a trap? No.
No.
What does this one do?
Returns trap.
Returns a card and bounces your opponent's card.
Yes.
Okay, these are the only two cards that really matter for your starting play. You want to open one of them. One kind of prefer. It depends on your hand, really, which one you would prefer. To me, there's one that is always live, though. So,
Marionetter.
by itself, this card needs nothing. This card can do something without a trap. This can't. This sets a trap.
Mm-hmm.
So, the answer I was looking for was that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which one sets you a trap? Okay, so this is Melee Seek, water, Marionetter, light, Soquetus, wind. See how they're all different types too?
Mm-hmm.
So you can play Rivalry, but Goza Match kills this. Because they're all spellcasters too. And you can play Secret Village, so if you have... So say you have Secret Village with this up, they can activate spells until both of these are off the board or Secret Village is gone, and you have a bounce. So it's kind of disgusting. Okay.
So that's like an Altergeist field spell, or
It's just called Secret Village of the Spellcasters. If you control a spellcaster and your opponent does not, they can't activate spells. At all.
If traps were involved in that too, but
no, it's not that busted. So which one sets traps?
That guy.
What's this one do again? This one does something on summon. On special summon. This does something on special summon. These do nothing on special summon. This does nothing on special summon. So it's one of these two. And we just went over this.
This guy's?
This one sets you the traps. Okay, this is Marionetter. Meliseek. Soquetus. Multifaker.
The bouncer.
Soquetus is the bouncer.
Yes.
Multifaker is the summoner. This is the killer and the searcher. This one sets traps and recycles.
Okay. So it mills.
It can tribute an Altergeist card to summon one back from grave.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is comical. If only I had this actually recording like the picture. What's it do? I swear if you get it wrong.
Bounce. Killer.
Okay, in what sense? Good try.
I wasn't really going to read it. I don't know how he's a killer, but
He does three things. Can attack directly, even with monsters on the board.
sends a opponent's monster from their hand to their
Not their hand, their field.
Oh, I thought it was from the hand.
No. So it kind of breaks boards, and then if it gets negated and sent to grave, it's linked, it's synchroed, anything, it gets you a search. And that's what gets you your multi-faker and that kind of thing. Or a Konkiri, for example. This one, special summon, negate the attack, negate its effects. What's it do? On its normal summon, what's it do?
That summoner?
That's this. That's only on special. Hint.
Trap setter?
Yes. And what's this one do on special? Just said it.
I know, and I just forgot about it.
This and this go together. This is like every turn. Bounce, 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 bounce.
So those two are both bouncers.
This bounces, this summons that from deck.
Oh.
That's basically all you do. These are the main cards that matter. And then, you know. So, let's see an actual hand. Okay, you're not playing 3 Soquetus. These I don't know well enough to use. Or 3 Konkiri. If I just said you don't play 3 I mean, most people only play 2 Soquetus.
So they don't play any of these?
They might, but I don't. This one I know lets you like link using cards from your hand. That's new. That card's kind of nasty.
What, this one?
The Pukari. It was like $20 too.
Really?
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh, there's a legend.
Yeah, Dark Arm Duelist only played one. I don't see why you need more than one, but that's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. Realize you're going to have rivalries, you're going to have solemns, you're going to have torrentials, you're going to have whatever traps you
So
really
that's
wanna play.
all you play are those.
These are your main card. Yeah, your monsters, and then you'll just play hand traps. Oh, look at that. That's disgusting. Okay. So which one of these is going to be normal summoned? Technically there's 2 correct answers, but there's one more correct answer. in this case. This is your opening hand. Nothing's on board, nothing. So it's Silquidus Multifaker Meliaseek Marionetter. Yes. Why?
Because it gets you to your Altergeist from
What kind of Altergeist?
traps.
Okay. So then you can set your protocol. And this is still in your hand, so you can pass turn. You can flip the protocol where they do anything. They'll summon your Multifaker, and then Multifaker will summon one from deck. And then basically you just do this whenever they do something annoying. Say they go summon alternative effect. Bounce this back, for example. Or maybe you might want to keep this, for example, so you can use a Solemn Strike. You could redo this, so you can set another one. Or you can reset this if you had more traps, and then you could redo that next turn. That's all there is to it. You just build up slowly. That hand was kind of disgusting. Oh, look at that. What other card do we want in hand now?
Multifaker?
Multifaker. We can get the Multifaker, but we can't get to a trap. Oh, yes. Botch.
I knew that was
Right
going to
off my,
fucking happen.
silky ass pants or whatever they are. Okay.
I can't believe that I didn't say son of a bitch.
See what I said? I can't even remember I said that.
You were just like, your lips were like,
Okay.
son of a bitch.
So it's basically going to be the same play here. Okay, so let's say you're going second. This is your hand. What do you summon? Say they have something on board that you can't get over. What's the one card in hand that'll help you get over something?
Probably this guy.
Yep. Why?
Because I get an attack directly.
And then?
And then send a monster to a grave.
What happens if it gets negated and sent to grave, or is sent anyway, shape or form? It's sent to the grave.
Set a...
Not set.
No.
Add.
Add an Altergeist trap?
Monster.
Oh, okay.
So, you can set this up. These are your two main guys. You can get to these as long as you have this guy. And you get everything goes off. You can get your trap. And say if you open both of these in hand, you get Faker, and then Faker will get you to this. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. That's basically it. And then say if you had Kinkiri, that'd be like almost like a perfect hand based on what we had.
So you play one of them?
I would, yeah. I don't necessarily see why you'd want more. And you wouldn't necessarily summon him unless you had nothing. Like if you really had nothing. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Bricky.
Not really. If they get rid of one, you have another. This unbricks your hand.
Yeah.
This gets you to anything you want. So say you want Kinkiri, so you have that. This isn't bricky at all, actually. Is this a hard one to turn? Yeah. So the Solemn Strike effect is once per turn. A hard once per turn, meaning you can't do multiple because you have multiple. So right here, so you're going first. You can link this off, get link Creebo or whatever. Then you get, say you get your Kinkiri. You add your Kinkiri, then you can activate your protocol in their turn. You're going to get both of these out. They go to attack you, do that. And then before end phase, you can bounce this back or whatever to reset it. Or you can you can do this. Or you can bounce the Faker and then activate the second protocol on your turn, then get another summon. And you just snowball, like dun 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 dun, you know. That's it. That's
Sounds pretty
basic.
self-explanatory.
I mean, if you understand, yeah. It does take some thinking. Okay. I reckon Damn.
I can just read your mind right now. Fuck.
I mean, realize you're sitting on, floodgates like rivalry, and you have your solemns. Like, you're not really out of control. You can play duality, you can play extravagance, that kind of thing. There's not much to it otherwise. Well, now we went for half hour. I hope you understand that shit better.
Do you want anything out of this?
I was interested in quite a bit.
Like, I know I have 3 left hand.
So do I. What the heck?